literally.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
I didn't. Oh, okay. If you can just look at me for a second, sir. It's just, for editing purposes, and then we'll zero right in on a single, and won't take too long. Promise you. Quick, 10 minutes or so. Okay, Charlie, can we zero in on a single? Or do you want me to keep going through this? Just like. Are we ready yet? Okay, very good. You know, something that I've always wanted to ask you, you've achieved so much in your astounding career, from directing to singing, producing, everything. What is it that drives you, Sammy? I mean, is it difficult always trying to top Sammy Davis Jr. in doing something better than you've ever done before?
No, I don't approach my life that way. At one time I did, but not anymore. You know, I'm not trying to top me. I'm not trying to top anybody else. I just want to go out and do the best possible job that I can do and not diversify myself into 10 different things and try to be 10 different people. If I'm doing General Hospital, then that's the only thing I want to do is General Hospital. If I come to St. Louis to do the Fox Theater, that's the only thing I want on my mind, so that the people will get the very best of what you've got to offer. They may, it's up to the public whether they like it or not, but at least you can say to yourself, I gave them the very best because I had nothing bugging me. I had nothing on my mind but to do that show. I didn't have to worry about, well, gee, I got to fly into New York in the morning and I got to fly back and all of that, which I used to do. I don't do that anymore.
What changed you? What was it that suddenly did
I think age, getting older, smarter, a little wiser, and being more selective. I think we all become selective in our lives, and if we happen to be in this wonderful, nutty business of show business, of entertainment, I think we have choices that we have to make, like people who are not in show business. There are choices that we all have to make as human beings. And by and large, we pretty much make the right ones if we will listen to the dictates of our heart,
Through your inspiring book, Yes, I Can, and what qualities, Sammy, you've had your problems in life, you had your accident, and like everybody, like you say, everyone has their share of problems, but they're magnified in show business. What qualities did you learn to draw on, say, from yourself to say, overcome the pitfalls of this crazy business?
Well, I've always drawn on friends and family more than anything else. There was no big psychological changeovers, I think that if you draw on those who are around you, who love you, who care about you, and listen a little bit occasionally, reject occasionally, but basically that's been my philosophy, to draw on those who, family and close friends. And I have a marvelous family, and I have an overabundance of friends in and out of show business. So it makes it very, very comfortable to me.
If you've been in show business most of your life, right? Since you were 4. So if you had any, say, fantasy career, is there something you would do if you couldn't have gone, maybe a chef, I don't know, something else that you might have wanted to do, subconsciously, or...
No, I really have no desire to be anything but what I am, and to try to make that as good as I possibly can. And since I never diversified myself into anything but show business, I don't know. See, I was never, I never did that, so I could say, oh, I wish I could have done that all my life. I never went there. I can't say that athletics was my thing because I never played any athletic games. I wasn't in school, so I could say that I wanted to be a scientist, or I wanted to be a... I think like most kids, whatever movie you saw last, that's what you wanted to be like. If the cops were the good guys, then you wanted to be a cop, But other than that, no. Show business has been it, and the ups and downs of show business is very much like the ups and downs of life. You either learn to cope or it gets you. And I've said to someone recently, I'm glad I am 56 and I can look back and say I did that and have no envy, than to be 56 and say, boy, you know what I want to do now? I want to do. Well, you'd be ridiculous running around, But the young people, I look at them and I say, okay, so long as you don't hurt yourself and don't hurt nobody else, then, I guess you got to experience it. And I look very benevolently at the, nice, that's good. No, I've been there. I did that. Keep walking, man. That's it.
Sam, you're also known so much literally through the world, for your humanitarian activities. charities, helping people on all levels. Does that give you greater satisfaction or the same satisfaction as, say, a packed house and hearing that thundering applause, or is it two different kinds of things?
No, I think there are two different types of things. I think that there's one, for instance, that you do because there is a need for all of us, individually and collectively, to do whatever we can to make this world a little better place. And again, my philosophy has always been you can't take all and don't give back anything. And in doing it, there is great satisfaction for me. I'm not talking about publicity-wise and front running. I'm just talking about personally. There's a great deal of satisfaction to know that I helped build a wing for medicine, and to know that some children have a little better shot at life than they had, based upon whatever little efforts that God laid on me so that I could lay on somebody else. So that of course is the most gratifying of everything. The applause and the packed house you appreciate as a performer and as a personality, but you can't take the applause to the bank. See, the other you can take to the bank. I mean, the bank here in your heart. The applause you love, because that's part of what you spent I spent 53 years in this business, and sure you want people to like you as a performer, but you spend an hour and a half, 2 hours on stage. What do you do with the other 22 hours? How do you live with yourself? How do you live with your people, your family, your friends?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ben.
It's a pleasure to meet you, by the way.